Thanks for joining us again. Already I'm getting calls. Please endeavor not to call. Just send an SMS, okay? That will help us a lot on the show. All right, gentlemen, welcome again to the program today. Let's go straight into topics for today. And of course, we're starting with court orders for forfeiture of Saraki's houses in Ikoyi. A federal high court sitting in Lagos yesterday, Monday, the 21st of October, 2019, ordered the temporary forfeiture of 2 properties in the Ikoyi area of Lagos State linked to the immediate past Senate President Bukola Saraki. The commission had, in an application, told the court that the property was acquired from proceeds of unlawful activities. In his reaction, Saraki insisted that the action of the EFCC was a witch hunt. According to him, the property in question have been investigated by the commission several times in the past. In his words, and I quote, "The action of the EFCC only reinforced our earlier stated position that their current investigation is mischievous, contrary to the tenets of the rule of law, and only aimed at settling scores. This position is founded on the fact that these same buildings were the subject of earlier investigations by the EFCC, as well as the case initiated by the federal government at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. The anti-graft agency is currently investigating Saraki for misappropriation of funds while he was governor of Kwara State from the year 2003 to 2011. All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, once again, thank you for bringing us.
You're welcome, John.
Now, when we come here, we say it as it is, without missing word, and we are grounded. I listened to Saraki's reaction yesterday, and he said the court was misled. Though I'm not a lawyer, I don't know what actually has gone wrong. But I also do remember that some of these things were investigated by a court of the CCB, or CCT.
The tribunal at the time. Yeah.
From that time to the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court, and he was cleared of all wrongs. I don't know whether they are. I know this case went up to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upheld the decision of the lower court, which means one needed not to initiate any action based on this, unless if there are other new facts that came up. Maybe that's what they are. Otherwise, I'm of the opinion that they should allow the sleeping dog lie. Since the Supreme Court has taken a decision, as he has alleged to, and he said the judge was misled into believing that it's a new action. So otherwise, EFCC will have asked you time and again, let your action be neutral. Let it be holistic. Let it not be seen by people that you are targeting some people. Otherwise, we stop clapping hand for you, because already we have been clapping hand for you. But we see some of your actions as being questionable. Questionable, and people would like to believe that it's only targeted to your political opponents. Okay. Just like what the former president, that's Obasanjo, did when he brought in the FCC. He was using it to witch hunt his political agent, though he was using something, but it was targeted to some set of individuals. Okay. He used it to impeach so many governors, but fortunately the Supreme Court brought them back. So EFCC, do your work thoroughly. If the properties were among those claimed by the Supreme Court, please let the sleeping dog lie.
Okay, Mr. Tani.
Well, I'm neither for or against Saraki as a person, but we have an adage in Yoruba. Kindly permit me to say Yoruba.
Go ahead, sir.
Translate. The Yoruba, as they used to say, "Ene alagemo kusi diaro, ola alagemo kusi diaro, ọ̀túnla alagemo kusi diaro, ṣe alagemo nìkan ni," which means today they make mention of your name. Tomorrow you are still the same person. After tomorrow, your name still comes out to be mentioned. That is, are you the only person? That is the
That's what it means, okay.
Yes. Now, I saw this coming, and this is not going to be the last seizure you are going to see. Because if you happen to go to Kwara, I've been there severally, you see that there is no humongous, development. Let me say there's no much development in Kwara State. In Ilorin, I don't know for other towns surrounding it, but in Ilorin.
In terms of infrastructure?
Okay. The roads are bad, all the roads are bad, all the villages, if you go there, look at what happened during the last election, when people came out to be calling Saraki a thief publicly. They nearly lynched this man, which means if you go back to the time of Saraki's father, that is the senior, Saraki senior, this Society General Bank, the closure was linked to that family. Yes, you can go and do your investigation. So people cannot easily forget.
Okay, sir. Well, I do not want to mix, what happened during election period, because we know the mood at that point.
All these things,
all sorts of things.
All these things complicated.
I don't want to mix that with this.
Yes. He was taken to the tribunal during the election or something, and was accused, but he had immunity by then. Now, the federal government had been watching this man for a very long time. They investigated everything he has, and it boils down to those two houses there. It's not today. They've started the investigation for a very long time, and if the only way Saraki can wriggle out of this thing is that, if it's found that they actually witch hunted him into taking this action, then he can now have a base. Okay,
but since you're talking about him having been investigated,
yes,
like Mazi actually said, he's already been investigated based on this issue. And no, wow. It was cleared.
It was cleared.
Okay, he was cleared. So yes, he was. So
then the federal government, EFCC went to appeal.
Yes.
Court of Appeal also
to stay.
Yes. Then we went to Supreme Court. The Supreme Court cleared him.
Okay.
But like you said, I didn't understand much of the Yoruba proverb yet. But in Igbo translation, say, either the father or the mother's bodies are there. Because if a child is crying, pointing at a particular corner, either the corpse of the mother or the father is there. But then, let us be realistic. Let us face the actual fact.
Yes.
Has he been cleared of all wrongs pertaining this building? The answer is yes. So unless there are new evidence now, otherwise I would look.
Because the anti-graft agency is citing unlawful activities.
Yes.
I think they need to be specific really on what that.
And we should be very careful. When the former vice president Atiku was in university, they said he was not going to be allowed to travel. He traveled, and the information minister came and said, when he comes back from his USA trip, that he has questions to answer with regards to 134 million naira from Society General Bank. Fortunately, this man came back, and nothing has happened up to now.
He had the money.
So no. He has no immunity now.
Okay, you mean the BP?
Yes, the BP there. So even Saraki, the immunity only covered him when he was in power. It was not, immunity doesn't cover.
That's what I'm saying. Immunity only covers exactly
in the house, not outside.
Exactly.
So that was why he was dragged to court several times and things like that. So let us focus a point. If he has been cleared, let the sleeping dog lie. I know I've always said all of them, they are evil. The ones that trouble Israel. But let us not waste our time in flogging the whatever.
Okay, all right. Nuruddin from Ikeja is reacting. Nuruddin says Saraki will have problems because he's no longer among the ruling class. Saraki, he's not only past governor. EFCC should investigate past leaders and not be selective. God bless Nigeria. Now, that's the point exactly. We don't want the anti-graft agency to be perceived, as being biased in its fight against corruption. Let's have the same action.
Let me say it more. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
My former governor, Ojiso Kano, was investigated. Is being investigated. There was a time he was expected to appear in Federal High Court, Lagos.
And he didn't.
He didn't. We saw him at the campaign ground at Omaya. So what are we saying? And up to today, the case is still pending.
Okay.
And it's in the Senate now.
Okay. So I think the big question out there is, at what point really do you become cleared, of certain allegations? Is it when the court, frees you? Or is it when EFCC declares you a free man? What does that even mean?
It is the court that will
freeze. I believe it is the court that should do its lawful job. But politics in Nigeria, I have been saying it, used to be it's filled with, it's like when we are in a murky river. It has so many things underneath that you cannot see. I think we haven't grown to that level where we just look the other way, because once you are in power, you like to show people, you like to show your opponent that you are in power. You can do and undo. But as soon as you leave power, that is an example now. It should be a lesson, great lesson to all these political leaders now. When they leave power, when power leaves them, yes, it's either you leave
whichever way
it goes.
Okay.
You should watch your way, because all these bad things they are doing now will haunt them in the future. That is what is haunting Saraki now. Okay. That is why it's having problems.
All right, because of time, let's move on to our next topic. Anyways, the two properties located in the Ikoyi, Etiosa local government area of Lagos State, temporarily, it's a temporary forfeiture. Okay, and like I said earlier, the EFCC is investigating Saraki for misappropriation of funds while he was governor of Kwara State from 2003 to 2011.